Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about NXT, November 21st, 2023. Vic Joseph, Booker T on commentary. We started off with the Heritage Cup. Chad Gable, the Mat Master, the Mathematician versus Noam Dar with Metaphor on the side, and Alpha Academy is out on the ringside as well. I don't like the Heritage Cup matches. I really don't. This one was fun for what it was. I don't know. It's just something about the idea of it I just don't really care for. The only reason I sat through this whole thing is because I wanted to see Chad Gable be Chad Gable. Noam Dar got the win, but it was one of those things where Chad got one, Noam Dar got one, and like right before the thing counted down for the 6th round, Noam Dar tapped, but the count was over. I don't know. It's just one of the things, like, it's a cool concept and a cool idea. It's just not for me. But Noam Dar retains his championship. JBL makes his picks for the Iron Survivor qualifier matches. You know, he makes a pick of Carmelo Hayes and Josh Briggs. And he picks Blair Davenport and Thea Hale for later on tonight. And then they announced, like, they're like, all right, Zaya and Lyra's walking to the ring. We're going to get our championship match. I was like, wait, what? I was like, well, I'm confused. I was like, I have it down as the main event, but okay, sure, let's do this then. Then we cut to the family having a celebration. They're not backstage. They're at a restaurant, in quotations. You know, celebrating their victory of winning back to NXT Tag Team Championships. You got Mello and Trick. You know, Trick tells Mello, yo, this is your night. You're going to win this thing. You're going to qualify. Mello's like, yeah. Trick's like, I'll be out there on your side, homie. And Mello's like, nah, man. He goes, let me do me. I got to get back to being number one again. And Trick's like, all right, you know, do your thing. Keep doing you. Trick Mello gang. But as Lyra's coming out, she gets attacked by Xia Li, and I was like, okay, this makes more sense now to me. So Xia and Lyra are pushed to later on, and that is the main event of tonight. Angel Garza, Humberto versus Enofe and Blade. Angel and Humberto for the win. Nothing really special here. Lyra's backstage in medical. You got Fallon and Jensen with Josh backstage, you know, before the big first Iron Survivor qualifier match. They're like, hey, we'll be out there. We'll be on your side cheering you on. And Josh Briggs says, no, I got something to prove. JBL picked me for a reason, so I'm going out there. And then we have Carmelo Hayes versus Josh Briggs. And Josh Briggs got the win. I was like, hot diggity damn. Lexis King caused Carmelo to get interrupted, and I think I'm okay with that. You know, it's like taking everything away from Roxanne Perez. You know, they've done so much. They've gone to the top, and now we can have a little feud, and then we can move them on to the main roster. That's just my opinion. I think Carmelo Hayes would be great on the main roster. You know, I think going forward, maybe they should enter to the Royal Rumble, and we could be like, oh, okay, cool. Now move forward. They are on the main roster, because Josh Briggs winning was like, whoa. Okay. I love when he was coming out. He goes, Booker's like, Vic, you want to know what I think about Josh Briggs? He's like, why do we do this every time? He's a big man. But Alexis King and Carmelo Hayes, their feud is boiling up. Lyra's backstage has got interviewed. She was like, are you going to, they're asking her, are you going to defend your championship? And she's like, yeah, I'm a fighting champion. This is who I am. And Xia Li ain't going to take that away from me. Then we had some weird Mr. Stone and Von Wagner dinner with Mr. Stone's wife and kid. I don't know. I was like, oh, okay, I'm interested. Vaughn brought some brownies, Cosmo brownies, because I recognize those brownies. I'm a fat man. I'm a fat fucking man, so I knew what kind of brownies those were in those container. But Then, his kids are like, yeah, we got bullies, and Bond's like, yeah, kick their asses, give me their names and stuff like that. And they're like, Mr. Stone's like, I'm teaching them how to use words. They need to not do violence and stuff like this. And the wife's like, yeah. And the wife the whole time has that bitch face look. She's just like, I don't know, what's he doing here? But it was strange. That's all I will say. Wesley promo, talking about how he needs to get back on top, how he needs to get back into the forefront of getting his championship back against Dominic, the North American Championship. Dominic comes out. Dominic's like, hey, man, he's like, how about this? You face 3 other former North American champions, and if you win, you get a shot at my championship. And Wesley's like, bring it on then. Bring it on. So we're going to get Wesley against Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed. I was like, oh, shit, and Cameron Grimes next week. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to see that match. Chase U investigation package is still going on. Chase U's like, I don't know. I don't know where we're going here. I don't know what the investigation is, but Andrew's supposed to speak next week, break his silence and all this and that, so we shall see. Thea and JC are backstage because we got our next Iron Survivor qualifier match. JC's like to Thea, like, hey, we don't need him. We can do our thing. We can do what we need to do and everything like that. So Blair Davenport versus Thea Hale. Thea was like, I need Chase U with me. That's why she lost. She went to the Chase U crowd, and Blair Davenport got the win. And I'm cool with Blair Davenport. I love Blair Davenport, honestly. And I think Vic Joseph called her the Wicked Witch of NXT. I was just like, oh, okay. But Thea lost, and I'm sad for Thea because I like Thea Hale. I think, I like her with JC Jane and stuff like that. And I think they could make a great tag team and bring something to the women's tag team division. We have an Ilya Dragunov and Baron Corbin package going on. How they live. Ilya Dragunov lives in an apartment, and Baron Corbin lives in a mansion. That's the story we got to tell there. Eddie Thorpe versus Charlie Dempsey with Drew Gulak, and on the side with I think his name's Miles Bourne. But Eddie Thorpe got the win, but then it was a beatdown afterwards. Charlie and Drew just put the boots to Eddie. No one comes out and saves Eddie. The family's backstage. They're walking out. And what's funny is, like, if you watch this scene as they're walking out of the, quote, restaurant and they're going out the back door, there's a weird transition. And it's, now they're at the NXT Performance Center. As they're walking out, then they get attacked by Angel and Humberto. It made me laugh just because I was like, if they were at the restaurant, why the fuck are these guys still in their ring gear? Like, it was a weird, just watch the scene when they walk out. They're like, oh yeah, we're done. The Don's collecting his money. He's like, yeah, we're full, take whatever. And then they get up and they're walking out. They get attacked. I don't know. It was just some silly shit that I thought was silly. Sorry about that. Some people started doing some construction behind where I was recording, and it got really loud. Ariana Grace package. I don't care. NXT Women's Championship on the line. Lyra Valkyria versus Xia Li. This match was really fun. Lyra got the win. She retains the championship, and this goes to what I said last time. With Xia losing to Becky, I knew she wasn't going to win this match, and it is what it is. But, overall, it was an alright show. 3 out of 5. All right, y'all. Like and subscribe. Share your grandma show. The Bum Down at Walmart. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share your grandma. Did I already do that? Man, I'm going crazy. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
That's his one shot now. Josh Briggs is headed to Deadline. And will Josh Briggs be the Iron Survivor?